Thanks so much. So, when it comes to our product philosophy, some things that will ring true no matter what we're talking about within our care and styling line is our 100% vegan formulas. All of our formulas are sulfate and paraben free, cruelty free. We always utilize natural and organic key ingredients at every chance that we get. A lot of the time, when you're looking at anything when it comes to ref literature or about us, you'll always see nature plus science. That is something that's very important to us. We harness the power of the beautiful ingredients that Mother Nature has given us, and we've taken them to the lab to make sure that we have created the most versatile, high performance care and styling line to support you, your business, and your clients at home. So, not just behind the chair, but we want to make sure that the clients have the best performing product at home as well. And of course, climate compensation is something that's very important to us. Being a Swedish company, honoring the earth is very near and dear to our hearts. We understand as a manufacturer that we do indeed fact have a carbon footprint, so we do everything that we can to help reduce that. If you go to refstockholm.com, you can find out more about our partnerships. For instance, our partnership with the organization Freedom that we participate in to help reduce our carbon footprint. So refstockholm.com will give you so much more information about how we participate in keeping the earth beautiful. So as we start talking about our products, so we'll start with care and then we'll go into styling. But something that I want to address before we even hit styling is our unique numbering system. You may have seen on the front of all of our styling packaging a grid of numbers that are on front of all of the products. This is our unique styling system, or our styling reference numbers, as we also call them. The styling reference numbers range from 0 to 5, 0 meaning nothing and 5 meaning everything. And what this is going to do is tell you the behavior of the product that is inside. So, for instance, there are three things that when it comes to styling hair, hairdressers really focus on: hold, shine, and volume. Hold is memory. How much memory do I need to add to the hair so the hair will hold its shape and look its best for whatever my client's needs are, or my own needs? How much shine do I want to see? How much reflection? And then, of course, volume. How much volume am I looking to achieve, whether it's vertical or horizontal volume? We want you to know how that product is going to behave. So each one of our styling products has been given a unique styling number, again, ranging from 0 to 5, indicating hold, shine, and volume. We'll get much more into this as we get into our styling line. But our unique numbering system is one of the backbones of Ref Stockholm products. We call these our styling reference numbers. A little bit into our history is we used to be called Reference of Sweden. We rebranded many years ago to Ref Stockholm, Sweden, but in the very beginning, we were called Reference of Sweden because this was based off our styling reference numbers. That is how much they mean to us in our product, is being able to share a unique number with the product to help best suit the guest or you behind the chair. So very, very important. When I talk about Ref Stockholm, just in general, there are two words I always use to describe our product line. Whether we're talking about care, styling, color, any of our coloring product, it doesn't matter. And those two words would be strengthening and protecting. We're going to see this really ring true throughout our entire care and styling range is, number one, through our color preserve system. So our color preserve system is powered by sunflower seed oil. Sunflower seed oil has full spectrum UVA, UVB filters to protect our hair from the damaging effects of UVs. A lot of the time we think about UV protection or color protection specifically for our color treated guests, which, yes, UV rays can absolutely speed up the color aging process. Color aging is also, we call it fading, but really it's that color aging. It's not just our color treated guests, though, that really require UV protection. It is all hair. Similar to sunscreen, no matter what tonality your skin is, you need to wear sunscreen to protect it from those harmful UVA, UVB rays. Same thing with our hair. Those UVs will attack us at a cellular level no matter what. So, whether you color treat your hair or you have 100% natural hair, it is so important that you use UV protection. So what we've done at Ref, because well, it just made sense, was we put UV protection into every single thing we manufacture. So now there is no longer having to make decisions between, do I want to protect my guest from UVs, protect their color, or do I need to address another concern such as dullness, dryness, volume, anything like that? So we have put our patent color preserve system in everything we make. So no matter what, you and your guests are protected from harmful UV rays. Strengthening quinoa protein is another strengthening and protecting system that we have in, again, every single thing we manufacture. So there's not one thing that comes off the Ref Stockholm manufacturing line that doesn't have strengthening quinoa protein in it. We actually call quinoa the keratin of nature. We know our hair is made up of keratin, and quinoa contains 19 amino acids, which essentially means it mimics keratin protein. That's why it is such a superfood. We all know it to be a superfood, but not just for eating and ingesting, but also for topical use as well. When we think about protein, a lot of the time we think about strength, building those muscles, building all those protein bonds, and that is true. Quinoa protein, because of its 19 amino acids, is going to be one of the most powerful proteins out there to help those building blocks in our hair stay strong. Outside of that, though, quinoa has quite a few other attributes that lend it to be the perfect protein for use specifically in hair products. One of the main ones is quinoa has a natural ability to hold onto water molecules. Not all proteins have this ability. So, really, essentially, quinoa is what we kind of call auto-hydrating or self-hydrating because it can hold on to those water molecules, which that means it is impossible to over-proteinize. Proteinization happens when there's an abundance of protein and an absence of water. That's why you'll notice over-proteinized hair will tend to be brittle, snap, break, because it is extremely dehydrated. But with strengthening quinoa protein, that is impossible due to its natural ability to hold on to water. So not only are we strengthening with our protein, we are also hydrating at the same time. Quinoa is also naturally very shiny. So no wonder we get so much great luster and sheen from Ref Stockholm products without always having to rely on excess oils to create that sheen. So really at the end of the day, strengthening quinoa protein is the perfect protein for our hair found in every single thing that we make. Let's begin our series by diving into wash and care. So earlier I was saying nature plus science, very, very important to us. Well, here's a science point, and this is something I have definitely shared with my guests as well. I believe that educating our guests into the products we are using, why we are using them as professionals, and why we also recommend them is very important to client loyalty and also brand loyalty. I don't want my client just to trust in what I say. I want them to know the facts about it as well. So that's why I share a lot of this information with you, not just to keep it secret, but to share with your guests as well. When it comes to Ref Stockholm shampoos, all of our shampoos are a pH of 5.5. Our regular conditioners are pH of 3.5, and our masks are a pH of 4.0. The very specialty product is our hair and body shampoo at a pH of 7.0, but I will address that one when we talk about that specifically later. Healthy hair has a pH of 4.5 to 5.5. Water has a pH of 7. So when water hits hair, the cuticle immediately opens. That's why if we just rinse our hair and allow our hair to air dry, or even if we blow dry it after that, the hair seems really fuzzy, very fluffy. That's because we've opened up the hair cuticle. Our shampoos at a pH of 5.5 are slowly going to start bringing down the pH of our hair back to its natural state. So pH of 5.5. This also allows enough room that our product can still penetrate inside the hair shaft. This is extremely important to the performance of our product. We don't just have all these beautiful ingredients that sit on top of the hair shaft topically. They have the ability to get inside due to their molecular size, which is very, very small. So after gentle cleansing with the shampoo, if we move on to our regular conditioner that has a pH of 3.5, we are sealing down that cuticle. Not only are we sealing in the cuticle for optimum hair health, because a closed cuticle is a healthy cuticle, we are also locking in all of those beautiful ingredients that we have inside of our products. Again, we don't have ingredients that are just going to sit on top of the hair shaft, weighing it down. We have everything penetrating inside. This is where we're getting the high performance from our products. Our masks are a pH of 4.0. I will address those again when we talk about them more specifically, but this really is a big deal when it comes to pH health of hair. On top of that, having the pHs of 5.5 and 3.5 is also going to allow for maximum color preservation. So if we do have guests that have color treated hair, our pHs alone are going to help assist in making our shampoo and conditioner routine 100% not only color safe, but help really protect the hair from releasing those color molecules over time. We'll begin with our Intense Hydrate series. You will notice that everything that we have in ref, we name it to tell you exactly what it does. So Intense Hydrate is that series for hair that needs extra hydration. All the way from fine up until coarse hair. If your hair is dehydrated, you will benefit from Intense Hydrate. A lot of us stylists think about our guests that have textured hair, wavy hair, curly hair, because those types of hair textures generally do need a little bit more when it comes to hydration. So that is why Intense Hydrate is great for fine all the way to coarse hair as long as you need that hydration. All of our series come with a shampoo, a conditioner, and a treatment mask. And some of our series, like our Intense Hydrate, also have a care companion, which in this instance is our Intense Hydrate Styling Cream. Every shampoo and conditioner series has a hero ingredient listed on the front of the bottle. So that's important to know what is on our packaging and to pay attention to it as well. On the very front of the bottle, you will always see the hero ingredients, strengthening quinoa protein, and our color preserve system. This is why I think it's important for you as stylists and salon partners to understand what's on the packaging so you can describe it to the guest itself. With our Intense Hydrate shampoo, the hero ingredient is organic coconut oil. For those that may have an aversion to coconut oil because they're afraid it might be too heavy or too greasy due to previous experiences with coconut oil, I can assure you that that is not Intense Hydrate. So our coconut oil is refined down to a molecular level small enough that it actually penetrates inside the hair shaft. It doesn't sit on top of the hair shaft topically, which that's where you incur weight or sometimes a little bit of greasiness with too much of a raw coconut oil. But this one actually is small enough that it penetrates inside the hair shaft, holding on to those very important water molecules, helping with that hydration long term. And again, hydrated hair is the #1 way to reduce frizz and flyaways as well. So for a little extra frizzy, a little extra flyaway, we might need to be adding a little more hydration into the routine. So that is our Intense Hydrate shampoo and conditioner and treatment series. I do love making everybody aware of all of the offerings of sizes that we have available from back bar, retail size, and also our Try Me size. One thing that I started doing last year in 2025 is I stopped saying the phrase travel size when I would be talking about our smallest size of product. The reason why is, well, frankly, not everybody travels around, but a lot of people try new products. So I will say that as a salon specialist, once I changed my verbiage from travel to trial size, it actually increased the purchasing of those sizes with my guests because it allowed them to try new things without making the commitment of the full size. So if it is something that you carry or something that you're thinking about carry, Also, think about your verbiage on it as well, because that really does help position it for everybody, not just those individuals that like to travel. Our Ultimate Repair series is a series designed for hair that needs extra help, extra treatment. A lot of the times we think about our guests with chemically compromised hair or hair that grows in just naturally weaker, hair that is more prone to breakage, snapping off, really small diameter also of hair shaft. A lot of the time, those individuals really benefit from Ultimate Repair. Ultimate Repair is going to have the highest concentration of our strengthening quinoa protein. But remember, we can't overproteinize with strengthening quinoa protein, so you can use this series as often as you shampoo and condition. The hero ingredient in our Ultimate Repair shampoo and conditioner that is on the front of the bottle is Maru Maru butter. And what Maru Maru butter does and why it's so important and a great hero ingredient is it puts an invisible shield weightless over the hair shaft, which is going to further lock in protein and moisture because those both need to always live together. So that is how it works, is by its impeccable ability to lock in those ingredients is where you're going to get that long-term reparative effect. Our Illuminate Color series is our shine line. So I really want you to focus on the word illuminate when you're thinking about this series. Now, a lot of people will look at the phrase illuminate color and think this is for color treated hair. You would not be wrong if you made that assumption because there actually is an ingredient in our illuminate color series that is very beneficial for higher fade colors. Higher fade colors I like to think about might be direct dyes, reds, violets, coppers, any of those really more vibrant tones that tend to age out a little bit faster. The ingredient that you'll find on the back of the bottle that aids with this is linseed oil. You may have heard of flaxseed oil. Well, it's the same thing, just two different names. So what linseed oil does is it is an artificial pigment binder. So linseed oil will actually help to bind artificial pigment to surfaces. So hair, canvases if you're painting, whatever medium you're using. But we have it in there to help assist with higher fade colors. Again, 100% of our shampoos and conditioners are color safe. They're all going to have UV protection. So if you are dealing with color treated hair, you don't just have to go for illuminate color. This is ideal for those higher fade color guests. That being said, even if you have a higher fade color guest, let's say they're either dry or damaged, we definitely want you to address the health of the hair first, and then address anything else. So maybe we want to use an Intense Hydrate shampoo with Illuminate Color conditioner or Ultimate Repair conditioner with Illuminate Color shampoo. You can mix and match any of these series as you see fit and best prescribed for your client. The last of our regular series is our weightless volume. Weightless volume at Ref is very special because we do volume a little bit differently than other manufacturers. So what we don't do is raise the pHs of our shampoo and conditioner that is then in turn going to open up the hair cuticle, making it appear fuller or thicker. We don't do this because that is absolutely not healthy for the hair. It can also lend itself to dehydration and color fadage as well. Something else we don't do with our weightless volume is put a depositing agent that is going to hang out essentially on the hair shaft, bulking it up. That's another popular way to achieve volume with shampoos and conditioners. We don't do that because over time, those deposits can end up choking out the hair or causing weight. So what we do is we prepare the hair and scalp so you can achieve perfect volume yourself through styling. And we do this through the hero ingredient, grapefruit oil. So we take grapefruit oil and use it for two really great reasons. Number one, it is very hydrating. It is weightless though. So if we are dealing with finer, thin hair, we can still hydrate very effectively without adding any weight to the hair. The second reason why we use grapefruit oil is because grapefruit oil and actually citrus oils in general are very detoxifying and very clarifying and cleansing. So this is a very gentle clarifier as well. So it's ideal for removing product buildup, excess sebum on the hair. What's great about this too is if you do have a guest that truly does have a little bit of overproduction of oil, they tend to get oily really quickly. This is an ideal series to use as it is going to clarify and hydrate at the same time. And that hydration piece is wildly important because a lot of the time, guests that tend to overproduce sebum do it because they are constantly being stripped of their natural sebum. So the body kind of kicks into a little bit of overproduction because there's a lack of hydration there. Well, because we're hydrating with this grapefruit oil, it is going to help balance their scalp biome so they won't overproduce. And over time, they will see actually a reduction in oiliness in their hair and scalp. So it's really, really great. Another beautiful thing about this series is you don't just have to use it with fine and thin hair. Anyone that is looking to achieve extra volume with their style will absolutely benefit from Weightless Volume Shampoo. And because of that grapefruit oil that's in there, it is suitable for medium, even up to coarser hair strands because it's still very hydrating. Again, please feel free to mix and match all of this series so you can have that perfect prescription so you can get the best looking hair possible. Moving into more of our specialty shampoos and conditioners, we have our Cool Silver, which is our toning series designed for blondes, gray, silver, and white hair. Just like at the back bar, if we are toning, we need to give the toner the polite opportunity to be able to do its job. So, pro tip, and please do share this with your guests, although it doesn't say on the bottle, we do recommend allowing the Cool Silver to sit in the hair at least a minute or two. Doesn't have to be a full processing time, but at least 1 to 2 minutes to make sure that that pigment has the opportunity to be absorbed into the hair shaft, which is in turn going to reduce the appearance of any of those unwanted golden tones. Cool Silver shampoo and conditioner was originally designed for gray, white, silver hair, also blondes level 8, 9, and 10. Well, can you use it on levels less than an 8? You absolutely can. You are just not going to see as much impact as you will on those lighter levels. You can use this series together. You can piece them apart and use them with any other of our shampoo and conditioner series. How often you should use Cool Silver shampoo and conditioner is really up to the appearance of the warmth that we're looking to neutralize. So that prescription and recommendation will kind of depend on the guest. So feel free to let your guests know the appropriate regimen for them. I've had some guests that do, quite frankly, use it every single time they shampoo and condition. And then I have some that use it more as a maintenance product where maybe every few shampoos or conditions they use the product. So there really is no right or wrong answer. An interesting fact about all of the shampoos at Ref Stockholm is its viscosity and water content. You may have noticed very specifically with Intense Hydrate, but with our shampoos, they're a little thicker, right? They're a little thicker than a lot of the other shampoos that are out there on the market. This is because we have very low water content in our shampoos because we believe in selling you a concentrated shampoo product, not just a glorified bottle of water. The average water content of even professional, this isn't just over the counter, but even professional shampoos is anywhere from 70 to 95% water. Water will always be the first ingredient that you see on a lot of shampoos because it's needed to have the viscosity that we need to have shampoo. However, that being said, Ref Stockholm shampoos are only 45% water. That is how concentrated they are. So really, when we do say a little goes a long way at Ref Stockholm, we truly mean it because all of our shampoos are that concentrated as they are only 45% water. So we do recommend best practice with any of our shampoos, especially with our guests that go maybe a day or a few days in between shampoos, is always start with a smaller amount of shampoo and then you can always re-shampoo as needed. As a professional, I always say 2 little shampoos are better than 1 big shampoo. You're going to get a better result at the end of the day and you're going to waste less product, especially at the back bar because we know that all of our back bar product is a very delicate investment that we all make and we want to see it go as far as possible. The last one of our shampoos is our hair and body shampoo. So this is head to toe. And on our pH screen, you saw that it was a pH of 7.0. This is because it is designed for head to toe. There are two ingredients in this that make it very, very special and ideal for not just hair, but also body. And that is almond oil, which is our hero ingredient listed on the front of the bottle, and also arnica oil. What's beautiful about these two is not only are they extremely hydrating, but they also bring blood flow to the surface. So they actually help increase circulation, which is then in turn going to feed. Oop, I think we have somebody off mute. I'm getting a little feedback. Would you mind just checking your mics? Thank you so, so much. So what that's going to do is it's going to feed the follicle, which is going to help create a very healthy scalp biome optimum for hair growth. Also, arnica oil and almond oil are natural healers. So they're antimicrobials, they reduce inflammation. They also have the ability to reduce razor bumps, razor burns, and ingrown hairs. Well, why would we be concerned about that in a hair and body shampoo? It's because we also use this as a shaving balm. So this is really a product that packs quite a big punch in just one bottle. So that is our hair and body shampoo. Personally, one of my favorite also fragrances in the entire Ref Stockholm line. It is not just for men, even though it might be a darker packaging and have a little bit more of a masculine aroma. The aroma is biodynamic, so it leaves you feeling fresh and clean, not necessarily just smelling like a dude. So this isn't just for the men. The women and ladies love this just as much. When we talk about our masks, so I'm going to talk about color boost masks, but also this is going to encompass our treatment masks. So on the previous slides, you may have seen those big pucks of our treatment masks. In the pH slide, I indicated that all of our masks are a pH of 4.0. So we'll address that in a moment. But our color boost masks are absolutely wonderful. First and foremost, they are a shea butter avocado moisture treatment. That's the number one reason why I love them. They are so luxurious for the hair, leaving the hair so hydrated, nourished, and soft, but not overly soft, which personally I appreciate. Our color boost masks have been numbered to exactly mirror colors in our permanent and soft color line. So if you do have a guest that has color treated hair, it is very simple to make a beautiful tone recommendation depending on the type of maintenance they need at home, whether we're enhancing or neutralizing the appearance of certain tonalities. Outside of that, they are not just for color treated guests, they are for everybody. So even virgin hair absolutely can benefit from color boost masks because natural hair can need a little adjustments in the tone as well. What's really fun too with color boost masks is if somebody wants to maybe play around with their color just a little bit, but not commit to hair color, this is a beautiful way to try it. So for instance, if I take the copper or the intense red and I put it on a brunette, it's not necessarily going to make their hair red or copper because it's not pre-lightened, but it will just give them that beautiful glow when their hair hits just the right light to give them that kind of just little added color boost to their already brunette hair. So just that little special something. Same thing with the blondes. If your blonde's not feeling a little bright, it's feeling a little drab, a little mousy, we can always use our beautiful vanilla blonde in there to help really brighten that up a little bit. So it's not just for color treated guests, it is for everybody. They do last quite a few shampoos, and if you use them in conjunction with a hair color service, meaning they use it at home, it will absolutely prolong the look of their color by weeks. So the guests really, really do appreciate that. With all of our masks, whether we're talking about our color boost masks or our specialized treatment masks that are found in our 4 original series, there is a way that we want you to use them for best performance because again, performance is everything. We want you to have the best of the best. So here's how we use all of our masks, treatment, and color boost. Is first you're going to shampoo the hair with your preferred Ref shampoo. Then towel dry the hair. After you towel dry the hair, you're going to evenly apply the mask of your choice to the hair, enough that you can feel a little slip on the hair. You don't want to use too much that you can actually see the product building up or coming off the hair. That just means we've used too much. And again, we don't want to waste. This is a very valuable resource that we're using here. So once the mask has been massaged through, combed through, brushed through the hair, you want to leave the mask on 5 to 10 minutes. Minimum of 5 minutes because we need to give the product the polite opportunity to do its job. We need to give it the opportunity to absorb into the hair shaft. At 10 minutes, we are going to hit maximum absorption. So as we know, our hair is a sponge. It can only soak up so much, and this is not a chemical treatment. So once it's done absorbing all it can, it kind of just stops. And so that is about the 10-minute mark. Can you leave it on longer? Absolutely, you can. Just nothing more will happen after the 10 minutes. So after your particular processing time, we are then going to rinse the mask and then follow up and finish it with a ref conditioner. The reason why is the mask is a pH of 4.0. Our conditioners are a pH of 3.5. That half step down of pH is really going to be beneficial for locking the product in the hair. I promise you there is a difference in feel and performance of that mask if you lock it versus don't lock it in with a conditioner. So these really are true treatments. They aren't just beefed up conditioner. So that is how we use our color boost mask and our treatment mask for best performance. They are absolutely wonderful. If you are looking to elevate your shampoo experience in your salon, these are two really great ways to create add-ons for guests to not only give them a beautiful experience, but also introduce them to something that they can take home with them, use and love, and then hopefully they continue purchasing it from you in the future. So for all of new guests to ref, we do have a wash routine that we do recommend. So it goes like this for all new guests, and it can be existing guests too, but we want to make sure we're doing this with our new guests specifically that may not be using Ref Stockholm at home, is to start with hair and body shampoo. All right, so we'll do a wash with that. The reason why is that is a pH of 7.0, so that is going to be our deepest clarifier. That being said, it is still 100% color safe, so it will not pull any color. So we begin with the clarifier, getting out anything that they may have in their hair. And then you're going to choose the shampoo, mask, and conditioner tailored to your client's needs. Again, we can choose one series and completion, such as Intense Hydrate, or we can mix and match it as we go, depending on the needs of the client. But that is our ref exclusive shampoo ritual. Now, the last product that we have that you will find at the shampoo bowl or in the shower is our Illuminate Color Instant Shine. This is a in the shower or at the shampoo bowl treatment that leaves your hair with a glass-like finish. Illuminate Color Instant Shine is very, very easy to use. We shampoo the hair, get as much water out of the hair as we can, even towel dry. Directly apply the Illuminate Color Instant Shine to the hair. We want to work it through the hair, either massaging it all the way through, scalp to ends, using a shower comb or shower brush, just to make sure we have even distribution. With the Illuminate Color Instant Shine, there is no processing time. So as soon as it is worked through the hair, you can immediately rinse it out. And if the hair is relatively healthy and in good condition, you don't need to do anything else. All we have to do is shampoo, Illuminate Color Instant Shine, and then we're done. The only time we do recommend using a conditioner with Illuminate Color Instant Shine is if the hair is excessively damaged or excessively dry. At that time, what you want to do is choose the appropriate shampoo and conditioner, finish those, and then follow up with the Illuminate Color Instant Shine for that glass-like finish. You can use this as often as you want. They do, the shine factors last shampoo to shampoo. Now we've moved out of the back bar. We are in the styling chair or we are at home styling. Preparing the hair for styling is so very important. That's why prep products are also so very important. Not only do they help even out porosity, reduce frizz, act as humectants, bringing a little bit more moisture into the hair, they also really help enhance the performance of styling product. Now, this is not just a Ref Stockholm thing. This is any manufacturer hairdressing thing. So it always is very, very important that we prep the hair before putting styling product on. Shine Elixir is a gorgeous prep product that's designed not only just to add shine, but hydration that comes with it. Suitable for fine all the way to coarse thick hair. We can use Shine Elixir on wet or dry hair. So here's a fun fact I want you to know as we move forward through all of this is 97% of all Ref Stockholm prep and styling products are for use on wet or dry hair. Some products, maybe like Shine Elixir, you might be more comfortable with using on wet or dry hair. But some of our other ones you might not, especially the styling product, you might not be used to using in dry hair. So as we get to those, we'll talk about it. But I just want you to be aware of the extreme versatility of the entire Ref Stockholm prep and styling range is suitable for everybody because we are not shampooing every day. We are not going from wet to dry every day. So we want to make sure that all of your products are suitable no matter which day in your wash routine you are on. So there we go, beginning with our Shine Elixir. Shine Elixir is also one of my favorite products to cocktail with other styling products to help increase hydration and shine values in them as well. Our leave-in serum is a pump serum that's going to help treat the hair. So if we think about this like a leave-in conditioner, because it is, but it has a little more nourishment for hair that might be a little bit more stressed or fragile. So that's why I would choose leave-in serum over just our regular beautiful spray detangler, is because this one's going to be a little bit more of a treatment. Another thing you're going to notice in some of these slides moving forward is the little blow dryer icon in the bottom right. That blow dryer icon indicates that this product has blow dry protection in it. Therefore, if we are just heat styling with a blow dryer, you are 100% protected from that heat. Fortified with coconut oil, castor oil, and jojoba oil, this is going to really hydrate but be very weightless. One of my favorite cocktails for guests that are actively trying to grow their hair out and get that length on there, because we know the ends are the important part, really, of growing our hair long. We want to make sure that they stay hydrated, healthy, nourished, so they don't break off. And in turn, then people think their hair is not growing, even though we know it is. My favorite combination is 2 to 3 pumps of leave-in serum combined with 2 to 3 pumps of Shine Elixir applied to the shafts and ends of the hair daily. So it's almost like a daily multivitamin with the hair. It's going to nourish, hydrate those ends, keep them nice and protected. So especially guests that have a little bit of trouble holding on to that length, it's going to help maintain the health of their hair so they can get the length that they want. So that's just my little pro tip on that. Other than that, this is a beautiful serum that's going to help with combability, brushability in hair when hair is damp. Also reduce flyaways if you are putting it in dry hair as well. And let's say we want to do a little blow dry refresh on our hair. We could always put a little leave-in serum in our ends to rehydrate them, protect them. And for second day hair, third day hair, we can always go back and re-blow dry, restyle a little bit, activating our styling product. Our detangling spray is a classic spray detangler. This is the lightest prep product that we have that's going to soften the hair, detangle it, even out porosity, add some really nice, beautiful shine, but completely weightless. The organic peach extract is known for its properties to really help our scalps, not just our hair, because we are really about scalp health at Ref as well. It's not just about the hair. I love using detangling spray instead of spritzing water in hair if I need to restyle it. So if I'm trying to restyle a little bit of a fringe that's dry, or I'm reactivating curls from the day before that they've been slept on and they're a little fuzzy and frizzy, or maybe they're actually, a little more straight today. We can spray and spritz detangling spray in the hair, scrunch it up, reactivate those curls, or spray detangling spray in that fringe area and go in and restyle with a blow dryer. Why I prefer that is because it does have a lower pH. So unlike water that's going to open up that hair cuticle and make the hair frizzy, this will not. So beautiful all around detangling spray, restyling spray for damp or dry hair. Last year, we were so happy to have launched our Whipped Moisture Mousse. This is an extremely lightweight mousse suitable all the way from fine to coarse hair that's going to give you that extra hydration, and it also has the added benefit of blow dry protection in it as well. So you are more than welcome to also use this to help restyle your hair on next day hair as well. Its lightweight formula is truly, I will say, ideal for finer to medium hair. You're going to get that beautiful hydration from the coconut oil, but it is not going to weigh the hair down even a little bit because of its lightweight formula. If you are looking for something a little more hydrating with a little extra weight on it, because sometimes, depending on the hair, we need that extra weight and extra hydration, Intense Hydrate Styling Cream is going to be your prep product that you're going to love using. Although this does not have styling reference numbers on it, so therefore we don't qualify it quite as a styling product, we are absolutely using this as a blowout cream, especially for those heads of hair that need that extra hydration and smoothing to get blown out smoother and straighter. So, Intense Hydrate is a heavier alternative to whipped moisture mousse. And again, heavy is not a bad thing. Sometimes we need light things, sometimes we need a little more heavier things. So that's where it is. If the hair is fine, you absolutely can use Intense Hydrate Styling Cream as long as the hair needs that deeper hydration. So if the hair calls for it, then it is absolutely suitable. Weightless Volume Refreshing Mousse, such an innovative product. I want you to think of this as a dry shampoo mousse because that's really what it is, with the added benefit of all that refreshingness that you get from a dry shampoo, but it's also going to help build volume at the root as well. Anything in a can or bottle and ref, I just am going to say go ahead and give that product a shake because we are so naturally derived. There can be separation between the ingredients, so we always want to make sure you are getting the best of the best out of every application. So go ahead and give that can of Weightless Refreshing Mousse a shake. You're going to dispense an appropriate amount, which appropriate is dependent on what you're doing with it. You can use a little bit, maybe the size of a walnut, all the way to size of like a little tangerine, even, depending how much you want to use. You're going to dispense the product. And then what I always say is pat your hands together very gently just to distribute the product along your hands. Don't rub your hands together because we don't want to activate the product yet. After you've done one or two little squeezes of the hands together to distribute the product in your hand, you then can go and start massaging the foam into the scalp. Yes, it's going to feel damp right off the bat, and it might freak you out just a little bit, but don't worry. It is an ultra dry formula that will dry very quickly without the heat of the dryer. But you are also welcome to use the heat of the dryer if you would like to speed up the drying process. So we are going to massage it into the scalp and root area, really activating the product, refreshing the hair, refreshing the scalp, instantly building volume. So what a wonderful product for either day 1, 2, 3, 4, wherever we are in our styling journey to help refresh the hair and add volume. As with all dry shampoos, I personally recommend, if our guests are oily, using it on day 1, the day we shampoo, because as we say, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So therefore, we want to try to prevent the hair from getting overly oily before it actually happens and just trying to cure that. So if your guest has a good sebum production, let's use our dry shampoos on day 1. Getting into styling products, because now we are really seeing those unique styling numbers or styling reference numbers present on the front of the bottles. Again, those numbers are going to indicate the performance of the product, tell you how it's going to behave. With Stay Smooth 141, this is a not thermally activated, so you don't need the heat of a dryer to activate it, styling cream suitable for wet or dry hair. This is going to give you a smooth cuticle. That doesn't mean you only can use it if you're blowing somebody out straight, because this is just for a smooth cuticle. So any hair that tends to be a little fuzzier, frizzy, fly away would definitely benefit from Stay Smooth Styling Cream. If you would like to even up the shine even more of this, you could always add a little bit of shine elixir to it. Stay Smooth is also a wonderful partner to add with other styling products, such as Get It Straight, fiber mousse, layering it with curling product, sculpting gel. At Ref, we do recommend layering product, which means applying one product to the hair, and then if you're going to use subsequent products, applying those products after that in layers, as opposed to cocktailing in the hand together, because you are just going to get better performance from the product layering. But if you're a cocktailer, I don't blame you. please feel free to make some of your favorite combinations as well. Get It Straight 241 is a thermally activated product. So it does need the heat of the dryer to really activate it to straighten that hard to get straight hair. If hair can straighten on its own with just a little bit of a tousle of a dryer, it probably doesn't need Get It Straight. This is for those guests that do have some texture to their hair and need assistance with the straightening out of their hair. So with the heat of the dryer, you are going to get silky, shiny, smooth, straight hair, whether it's wet or dry hair. Yes, you can re-blow dry next day using Get It Straight on dry hair. Anytime we're using product on dry hair, you always want to use less than you would in damp hair because there's no water present in the hair to soften the product up. So rule of thumb, I say start with a third to a half of what you would usually use in damp hair when you're applying it to dry hair. Getting into our curling products. This one might sound familiar, but might also look very brand new as this is the new packaging and new formulation for Curl Power 244. If you still have our classic Curl Power 244 in the pump bottle, do not fear. It is still a beautiful formula that we are still all using. But as we move forward into 2026, this is the product that is going to start being shipped to you. So Curl Power 244 and we have our Curl Cream 244. Both have the same number. So what is the difference between them? Well, here's how they are designed, but let's all agree that no two heads of curls are created equal. Everyone with curls, wavy hair has a different opinion with the type of product they want to use. So please feel free to use whatever is best suited for your client's hair. So Curl Power 244 was originally designed more for medium to coarser curls, where Curl Cream was designed for finer to medium curls. That being said, feel free to flip-flop those. I have very fine hair. I love myself some Curl Power 244. I've been using it for over 10 years. It is my absolute favorite when I go curly. And I also have guests that have coarse, more wiry curls that enjoy Curl Cream. However, the differences are Curl Cream is going to be a little bit lighter. So if you do have finer hair, it's not going to have as much weight to it, whereas Curl Power is going to give you a little more weighted structure and hydration to it. That's why even though I have fine hair, it works for me because it's got that really, really great extra hydration piece. How about putting them together? Absolutely. You want to cocktail these two together to make a really beautiful hybrid product? You can. So Curl Cream really is a creamy, creamy consistency, whereas Curl Power is more of a cream gel. So if you're looking for that cream gel, you will definitely want to grab Curl Power. Both of them are casting, so you will get that cast outside of the curl. Once it is dry, you are welcome to toss it, pick it out, whatever you would like to do for your curls. Now, you may also see that these are the only two products in Ref Stockholm that use the word curl in them. That does not mean these are the only two products for curly hair, because again, not all curls are created equal. These are our two curl enhancing products. So these are really going to help that curl shrink up and hold together. Not all curls need that. Therefore, we have many other ranges of styling product to use in curly hair that aren't necessarily just curl enhancing. A couple of those would be our mousses. Very, very versatile. We have our Fiber Mousse 345 and we have our Styling Mousse 435. Fiber Mousse is our number one selling product by a landslide. Everybody loves this product. The polymer fibers inside are phenomenal for building great, beautiful, extremely lightweight volume with a gentle, medium-bodied hold, as I like to call it. Best practice for Fiber Mousse, again, anything in a can you want to give a shake. Dispense the appropriate amount in your hand for the head of hair that you're working on, and go ahead and massage the product together between your hands. Once that product goes clear, which should only be a couple of seconds, you can then apply the product directly into the hair by combing it through. A very unsung hero of the styling selections when it comes to the mousses is the styling mousse. I see a lot of the time in salons, not everybody grabbing our styling mousse as much as fiber mousse, but I want to encourage you to do so, and the reason why I will. Although fiber mousse is such a beautiful universal product, everybody loves it. I want you to really ask yourself, is this the best product for my guest? If your guest's hair needs a little bit more memory, meaning it falls flat a little bit easier, it doesn't hold its shape as long as you would like it to, then I really encourage you to up your hold level because that's what the hair needs and use styling mousse. So if you have a head of hair that say you curl it and then it immediately starts falling, you need a stronger hold product to help the hair stay. Not just so much when it comes to hairsprays or holding it, but pre-styling as well. So both mousse and fiber mousse can be used wet or dry. So even if I'm restyling, recurling the next day, I can still apply the product into the hair, brush it through, let it absorb in, go in, do my styling, and I'm going to get long-lasting high performance style lasting as long as I need it to. So at the end of the day, make sure we're asking ourselves when it comes to styling product, is this the best for my guest's hair? Or is there something else that might benefit them more? And I think after we start asking ourselves these questions, you might start picking up styling mousse just a little bit more. Getting into specific volume, we have our root to top 335. This is designed to be sprayed at the root. It is, I call it a little foamy mousse spray. It's got a clever little concentrated nozzle that directs the product at the root area where it belongs. So what we want to do when we use root to top is give the can a little bit of a shake and spray directly at the root. You want to then massage the product into the area, and this is thermally activated. So with the heat of the blow dryer, you are going to be able to achieve a level 5, which is maximum volume for your style, with still a very nice soft hold. So it's not going to be hard or crunchy. You are just going to achieve this perfect full volume root lift with root to top. Again, on wet or dry hair. It doesn't matter where we are in our wash routine or styling routine. You can use root to top with the heat of a dryer to achieve that volume, especially on second and third day hair. When it comes to topical thickening, that's where our thickening spray 215 comes in. This is not thermally activated. So this truly is a topical spray to be used in wet or dry hair to increase the appearance of fuller, thicker hair in all hair types. Specifically finer or thinner, but yes, absolutely medium or thicker hair as well if we want it to look even bigger. So with thickening spray, it is a layerable spray. So the more you spray, the more thickening action and also a little bit more hold you are going to get. Before we came out with our beautiful texture spray, I was actually using thickening spray as a texture spray, and I will tell you, I still do. If I'm looking for a little bit of hold, a little bit of thickening, and just a little bit of also texture in the hair, I love using this spray in dry hair because it just has this really nice nuance to help creating my style that I want to last all day. But unlike root to top, which is like putting a support beam at the root, and that's how it achieves volume, is thickening spray is really, I call our horizontal thickener. So therefore, you are going to get more of that bulk look with thickening spray. The action of it is like putting on a jacket, and the more you spray, you're putting on more jacket. So really, you are just bulking up each one of those individual hair strands. Strengthening and protecting is something that Ref Stockholm is passionate about, and heat protection is something that is a must. You will notice that previously on all the other slides, you saw the little blow dryer icon indicated all the product had blow dry protection. This one does as well. However, this is our thermal heat protection 230. This is designed for direct heat of irons on hair, flat irons, curling irons, crimpers, whatever irons you can think of. This is designed for that. So this is going to give you heat protection up to 450 degrees Fahrenheit or 230 degrees Celsius, depending on where we are and what unit of measure we're using. And that is iron heat. That is not overall heat on hair. That is your iron set to that heat on the hair. The best visual that I have ever seen and shown my guest with what they are doing to their hair when they put heat on it and don't add proper thermal protection is if you take a receipt, it could be an old one that you have in your wallet, in your bag, or one at the salon, spray some heat protection on it, let it dry a couple seconds, take a flat iron that receipt, and everywhere where you did not spray heat protector, that receipt's going to turn black, and everywhere that you did put the heat protector, it's going to remain untouched. That is what we were doing to our hair shafts every single time we put thermal heat on it. It is a beautiful representation of why we need it so much to protect our hair. This is a liquid spray, but it is for wet or dry hair. If you have hard to curl hair, meaning hair that you curl it and it immediately starts falling, instead of prepping the hair with hairspray to ensure the hold, we highly encourage you to use heat protection 230. Because of that light hold of 2, it is going to help hold the hair. It is also going to massively help protect it from the heat, and then you can finish with the hairspray, which is so much healthier for the hair. So please encourage all of your thermal heat tool using guests to use heat protector by showing them exactly why they should be doing it. When it comes to texture products, I don't believe it's a one size fits all world because there are so many different textures out there. I think of hair like fabric. So there's so many different fabrics out there. There's silk, cotton, burlap, wool, denim, right? There are so many, and they're all very different, and we don't treat them the same. Same thing with texture products when it comes to hair. When somebody asks me for a texture product, I dive in a little bit more with what kind of texture are you looking for? Thickening spray is a beautiful texture product. Dry shampoos are beautiful texture products. Our texture spray is a beautiful texture product. But another one that I love, if you're looking for that nice type of gritty, soft ocean feel, is our Ocean Mist. This is a sodium-based texture spray suitable for wet or dry hair, so you can blow dry it in, or you can spritz it in and just hand style and air dry it, totally fine. But this is a beautiful spray that's going to make you feel like you were at the beach. It's really one of the products that truly will give you that beachy looking hair. What I love about Ocean Mist 303, though, unlike any other salt spray, because I actually don't use that word with this because a lot of people have kind of bad feelings about salt sprays, is because a lot of other salt sprays end up being hard or crunchy. The droplets that come from the pump are larger. That's why you get that more hard and crunchy feel. Ocean Mist is very soft, and we also have added hydration into it. So it's actually a hydrating sodium mist, which is very unique compared to most salt sprays. So again, whether we're restyling hair, maybe we're reverting refreshing curls for second day, third day hair, or just want to have a little more of that grit ocean texture in the hair, Ocean Mist 303 is absolutely going to help you get there. We are now moving into a few products that are designed for dry hair only. Thus far, everything we have talked about has been for wet or dry hair. So talk about really great versatility. But now we have our aerosol hairsprays, which are designed for specifically dry hair. So our flexible spray 333 is our medium bodied hairspray. It's going to give you medium hold, medium shine, medium volume. Definitely a great soft working spray, very brushable, touchable. The top selling hairspray that we have at Ref is our Hold and Shine 545 because it is so shiny. It's a beautiful dry hairspray to help your style last all day long. It's going to have really great humidity protection, lots of shine, and it is layerable. Look at the hold and also look at the shine. Do you see how high both of those numbers are? Even though it says a hold of 5, which is maximum, it has also almost maximum shine to it. So anytime you have really high hold and really high shine, they're going to kind of mellow each other out a little bit to make more of a medium bodied product. But again, this is layerable. So you absolutely, the more you spray, the more hold you're going to get. If we are looking for the maximum hold, maximum humidity protection, then Extreme Hold 525 is going to be your best friend. This is a finishing spray through and through. I do not recommend brushing it. It is not really a working spray. This will be your final bow when it comes to creating your hairstyle. I call this set it and forget it. So Extreme Hold is going to give you maximum humidity protection, which is so important to so many of us in those humid months. But also if we are doing editorial, special occasion styling, any type of styling that needs to really last and it might be going through the ringer, this is the spray that you want to use to ensure that your style stays where you put it. Now, this is a Nicole Coil personal preference, Firm Hold Hairspray 545. Personally, this is my favorite hairspray to use, not just behind the chair, but also just in general in life. And let me tell you why, because it is so much more than just a hairspray. First of all, It is definitely a liquid wet hairspray. It doesn't spray too wet though, but it is liquid. So a lot of people think that's a little dated, but I assure you it's not because it actually is quite innovative. So firm hold hairspray you can use in wet or dry hair. So that's special right there. When we use firm hold hairspray in damp or wet hair, it behaves like a spray gel. So if you are looking for a spray gel for your styles, this is it, firm hold spray. That's why we don't actually call it hairspray. We're just calling it firm hold spray because that's what it does. This is also a hydrating formula. If you spray firm hold in your hand, you can actually feel the humectants in it. You can feel that hydration. So when I'm styling curly hair, this is my absolute favorite spray to use, whether I'm using it as a spray gel or a hairspray on dry hair, because it's really going to hydrate the hair. It's going to add so much shine. And then also the reason why I love it the best for a hairspray is I do like a couple of seconds to work with the hair and hairspray before it fully dries. So this absolutely gives me the opportunity to do that, especially if I'm doing a collection of the hair like buns, ponytails, braids, anything like that. This is absolutely my preferred hairspray. Shorter hairstyles like gentleman styles, pixie, any cropped short do is going to love using this as a spray gel and then blow drying their hair into their final shape or even just combing and air drying. So this is so much more than a hairspray. This is such a beautiful styling product that doubles for so many different things. The last hairspray that we have offered, now picture it is our travel size, but of course we do offer it in our full size as well, is our Stronghold Spray 533. I still qualify this as a working spray because it's not too strong that you can't brush through it, but it is the very strongest of all of our working sprays. Absolutely gorgeous aroma. The shape, it will last all day long. And as long as you're not looking for maximum volume, this is absolutely the recommendation I would be making. Our Shine Spray 050 is a true finisher. So we always want to use shine sprays at the very end of styling because it can break down other hold product that we have maybe built inside the hair. So what we want to do is make sure we fully style the hair and then go on and spray our shine spray and then just enjoy that luminous glow that Shine Spray gives you. I appreciate it because it is such a fine mist. It's not big particulate or droplets. Therefore, especially in blondes, it's not going to leave them looking greasy, which is so very important. And to boot, it smells amazing. I have had many clients purchase it as hair perfume just because they love the aroma. And then, of course, they get the beautiful shine and reflection of Shine Spray 050. Our texture spray 104 is a texture option depending on what type of texture you're looking for. This is a true dry texture spray. You're not going to get any shine from it, but you will get some really great volume and body out of it. This is one of the products I also recommend for dry hair only. I've had some stylists say that they do use it in damp hair, but I will say I think the majority of us like it, like our aerosol hairsprays, in dry hair only. If you are looking for a very soft hold option that's not a hairspray, this is another great way to go. The texture spray is a rattle can. So there is a little bead inside that you want to make sure that you hear when you're shaking up the product to make sure all the ingredients are mixed up appropriately on the inside. So make sure that when you pick the can up and give it a shake, you can hear the bead. If you can't, just keep shaking until you activate that mixing. Our root concealer is another rattle can, so make sure you give this one a shake to make sure that all the ingredients are properly mixed up for best results. But I love root concealers because they are shampoo soluble, not water soluble. So this means you can sweat, you can swim, you can jump in a pool, you can do all of those things where water is around and it will not move. It won't drip down your face or melt off. The only way to get root concealers out are by shampooing or friction. I do tell my clients, please do not come into their root touch-ups with this on their hair, but if they do, I just take a warm damp towel and buff off the area where the root concealer is because the sticking power is so good. Hair color may not eat all the way through it, but it's not a problem to buff it off at all. It does come in 4 shades. It comes in dark blonde, light brown, brown, and black. Let's be honest, our clients are buying root concealers. They might as well buy the cream of the crop root concealer from you because they know that they will get long lasting coverage for whatever type of coverage reason they're looking for. It's not always just gray hair. Every single time they use it, that'll last between shampoos. Our Frizz Tamer 130, we call our handbag hero. It's got a little spoolie tip, and this is designed for wet or dry hair to reduce frizzes or flyaways that we might get on our parts, on our hairlines. This is also very suitable for eyebrows, mustaches, and beards as well. So if you are looking to tame any unwanted frizzies or flyaways, this is going to be the best product for you. You can take it anywhere and it dries really nice and soft. There's no tackiness, stickiness, hardness, or crunchiness, just pure frizz control. Our Dry Shampoo 204 is a classic dry shampoo. This is also a rattle can. So there's a little bead inside in there that you want to make sure you hear rattling around before you spray. We do recommend, as with any dry shampoo spray, you spray in short bursts because this saves the product from just ending up in the air or on the ground. Because again, we never want to waste. But however you enjoy using dry shampoos, whether it's for oil control, hair refreshing, or even just as a texture product, which is how I use them a lot, you can use our Dry Shampoo 204. Again, highly recommend train your guests that tend to be a little more oily to use it on day one. That is so very important. Dry shampoo paste number 205 is my personal favorite dry shampoo product that we have. All of our dry shampoos, all three of them, the paste, the spray, and refreshing mousse, are all potato starch based. So that's where we're getting a lot of that refreshment and oil absorption from. But with Dry Shampoo Paste 205, this is such an innovative product. Not only is it a dry shampoo and behaves like that, but it behaves like a styling paste as well. So even if you're not necessarily looking for dry shampoo and you're looking for a really great lightweight styling product, you're not looking for a lot of shine, but you want to get some volume out of it, this is where you want to land Dry Shampoo Paste 205. Best practice with this one is take a little bit of the cream dry shampoo paste out of the puck, put it in your hand, and go ahead and warm it up. This is activating the product between your hand. After that, go in and massage the scalp area. Even in with longer hair, when you massage that scalp area, you are instantly going to notice the volume starting to happen. And it's volume that you can have all day long. In shorter hairs, you can definitely get that hair up if you're looking to do like a nice little pompadour look. I love using this for bobs to help create separation and a little more volume in some areas as well. So no matter whether it's short hair or long hair, this is going to give you that beautiful root volume, that dry shampoo refreshness, and just be such an innovative styling product for your guests. Now I'm going to scooch along a little bit so I can show you my favorite slide when it comes to the pucks, which is this one, because I love seeing them side by side because it really helps me to understand them a little bit better. The easiest way to understand our creams, pomades, and our waxes is by color. The lighter the puck, the lighter the hold. The darker the puck, the darker the hold. After that, everything else is about how much sheen really in volume you are looking to get out of that product. So it's really easy to choose the appropriate hold with the waxes, knowing lightest to darkest, weakest to strongest. As a styling professional, I will make a recommendation that fiber cream, pomade, and shaper wax are best used for fine all the way to coarse hair. Whereas really styling wax and rough wax are best used on medium to coarser hair. They may be a little strong for our finer haired guests. All of our pucks are designed to be used wet or dry. So whether you're using them as a wet styler or more of a dry finisher, you absolutely can. Something that you can do with the waxes as well is change their viscosity and strength by adding a little bit of shine elixir to them. Not only is that going to add a little bit of shine, if that's you're okay with that with the look, but it's also going to soften the product a little bit. So let's say with styling wax or rough wax, you like it, but it's because you want that hold, but you need a little bit more softness out of it. a couple drops of shine elixir, or if you don't want to add shine, you can add a little water to your hand as well, and that'll soften the product also. But no matter what you are trying to do with your styles, especially shorter styles, you are going to be able to create that separation, control, hold, and volume. And then, of course, control the sheen level that you want. Sculpting gel, a lot of people think of men's products, they think of shorter hair, but I want you to think about this as a universal type of enhanced styling cream. I absolutely love Sculpting Gel 433 from anything from long blowouts that are very nice and bouncy to shorter styles as well. So really at the end of the day and at the heart of the product, this is a styling cream that just has more hold and control in it. I love this in curly hair. Any curls that don't actually need to be shrunken up or activated. I am using sculpting gel a lot in their styles because I need that hold. I need that control over the curl, and it does dry very nice and soft. It is not hard. It is not crunchy. There's no flakiness to it. I know a lot of us have PTSD from gels, but this one is so soft and creamy. It really allows you to do so many different things with it. So if you are working on a head that you need a little extra hold and you're not looking for all the volume, or maybe you are, you can use maybe some root to top to add some extra volume. Sculpting gel is such a beautiful blowout styling product, not just for short hair. And then last, absolutely not least of our lineup is our Rough Paste 404. This is actually our original wet dry paste. Previously in our Rough Light, our pucks were designed for wet to damp hair only. We reformulated them not only to be vegan, but also to be more versatile with damp or dry hair. But still leading is Rough Paste 404 for wet or dry hair. I love using this in shorter styles to create volume, separation, pieciness, but I am also using this in my hand when I'm creating my buns, my ponytails, braids, because it helps me with a lot of control, specifically of those shorter hairs that tend to stick out. So whether we're doing a little more special occasion styling and we need a little paste, a little bit of tack on our fingers, or we're using it in shorter styles for volume, little pieciness, separation, Rough Paste is a beautiful, beautiful option for you. So there is one more. I do not have a slide on it because it has not officially launched yet. But since you are sitting with me, I feel like I will share in it. Some of you may have seen that it's not out on social media yet, but maybe through your distributors, we have a new product coming. And when I say coming, it is launching January 19th this month, 1 week from today, and it is our alpha hydroxy acid scalp detox treatment. So please get excited for this. This AHA scalp detox treatment is used at the shampoo bowl or in the shower. It's so exfoliating. It gives a beautiful, nice cooling sensation on the scalp, really helps increase blood flow. I will be leading a very special Zoom very specifically on that product around the time of the launch. So please stay tuned for the link so you can learn about that. And as of next week, you will see the full announcement, all the how-to videos, and hopefully you'll be getting your hands on it very soon because this is one of the most exciting product launches that we have had. Arguably, I think they're all exciting, but I'm very excited for our AHA scalp detox treatment. So please stand by 1 more week and so you can see that one. If anyone has any questions or comments, you're welcome to put it in the chat or go ahead and ask. I have recorded the session, so I will be sharing the recording with your distributors and then they can distribute after that. We do this once a month, so should you or your friends want to join us again, please do. I want to thank you so much for your time this Monday. And coming up, I am leading a Ref Stockholm Intro to Color session. That will be at 1 p.m. Eastern. So if you would like to learn more about Ref Stockholm Color, please join us on that. And I wish you all such a beautiful day and happy styling. Take care out there.